Okay, I've prepared us a delicious bag salad because God forbid we waste a bowl or a plate. Not in this household. Not in this economy. I'm kidding, but anyways, I guess I'm just on my celebrity shit. You know, just gotta be telling y'all what's good in the hood. Giving y'all the galaxy forecast or whatnot. Gotta mix this better. The leaves are too big. I feel like a noob. You know when the leaves are too big and you just can't eat it right? Anyways. The cool thing about my life is that I have set the intention to treat my life as an art project. Treat the way that I live as art. And as such, I notice like the materials I'm given to create something with, right? And I notice how I'm in co-creation with my experience, with the universe and my experience in certain senses because of the way that I choose to notice things. So, for example, one thing that's super interesting is that I'm just timing, right? Like the timing of things is always so interesting. Like they say divine timing, bro. Like that shit's real. And it's not always, you know, in the ways that, you know, we like to see, but it's real. Okay, so like for example, the things that are happening in school, because I'm in grad school right now, and like the assignments that I have and the things that I need to be doing perfectly align with what's going on in my life and what I need to be doing. And it's just so happened that, and I mean, this could be expected. This could be like, you know, exactly what I should have expected. But it's also exactly what I had intended, was that going to school would help me do the things that I want to do in life. Going to school would force me to get together the things that I needed to get together in a way that gave me structure to get them together, right? There's all these ideas, there's all these things that I want to do with my life. There's so much ambition, but it's so fucking messy, bro. It's so fucking everywhere. I'm just chaotic as fuck. Like, my brain works in beautiful patterns, not straight fucking lines. Like, I can't always show you the full picture pattern. I don't know what's going on with the full picture. Okay, shut the fuck up. I get taken away, bro. So anyways, I like, let me close my eyes. It helps. I want some chicken in this. Yeah. Maybe not all of that chicken. Yeah. Good. Okay. I am focused on eating this right now. Hold on. I need a video editor. I guess that brings me back to my point in sort of ways. I have so much that I want to do. I'm so ambitious. I have so many things that like I want to create. I'm not a good artist. I'm just a really, really big one, so to speak. So I think. And that I have worlds that I want to create. I have a galaxy. I've got so many things that I want to do, but then when I think about it, it's really not that much. It's really not that much. I could be done with it in like 5 years. I have more to do. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I have such a weird relationship with time. But that being said, going to school was meant to help me focus all of that chaotic creative energy, give it the structures that it needs, and structure me in such a way that I'm actually doing the things that I want to be doing because I have to, because it's school. And so like I knew this going in, and I was like, okay, this is kind of what I want, right? And like it's cool, and it's super cool that I came in January instead of September like I was supposed to. Like I had originally like intended for my life, but then I went on this crazy fucking side quest. And I ended up in school in January because starting my courses and doing them in the order that I've done them has aligned it so where I'm now writing a paper that is past due that I haven't started yet. Well, we don't need to talk about that. But I'm writing this paper because I have to. And it's on my brand identity and my, like, giving myself career goals for the next 2 to 3 and then 5 and beyond years. I have an assignment that forces me to do the things that I needed to be doing for myself and been wanting to do for myself anyways. Woo woo! And that happens all the time. And I think it happens for a lot of us, and we just don't necessarily notice it because we're so looking at one thing all the time. My brain is too used to seeing all of the things and taking in too much little bits of information from too many different places and then not knowing what the fuck's going on. But because I do that, I can notice how everything is so divinely orchestrated for my benefit. Or maybe I'm just crazy and a narcissist. We don't know. Maybe I'm just the Lulu, but I don't care. There's something to this shit. So, I appreciate that because, like, regardless of, like, whether or not anything, like, cool is going on, I'm having fun with it because it it actively allows me to bring meaning, put meaning, place meaning in my life, sow meaning into my life, because I am the one co-creating, like creating the art from it. It's taking the materials and saying, oh, that's funny, that goes with this. Oh, that's interesting, how fun is that? And creating the story and witnessing the pattern of it. And like, yeah. That's how I'm an artist. Not so much in like what it is that I do and create. I mean, I do and create cool stuff and make like little bits of arts and stuff, but like, I'm not a great artist, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna let shame speak real quick. But recognize that I don't agree and align with what it has to say right now. And anytime. I don't. But okay, to let shame speak. I get really embarrassed because I see these connections and I think they're super fun and cool to look at. I think it's like art. It looks like art to me. Seems like art. It's very cool. Other people are just like, where's the art? What are you talking about? That's not art. You're just, what? Like, you know, I don't know if people are with me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't be knowing, but like, I do go into shame spirals over comparison, which I know is the thief of joy, whatever, the thief of whatever, fucking, it's a thieving lying ass bitch, that's what it is. But you know, I just, I think too goddamn much, but that's my art. I'm a philosopher. I'm a creative philosopher. And then there's the shame that like, okay, yeah, I'll be thinking things, but it really doesn't go that deep. It's really not all that profound when I start to explain things. And there's so many people that you see that explain things with so much more eloquence and precision and conviction than I ever do or could. Like, well, I don't want to say ever do or could. I definitely can and would if I wanted to. If I, you know, I would. If it gets to there. If it goes there, it goes there. Whatever. It could happen. It's just not something that does often. And I'm just like comparing myself. Like, oh, you're speaking. Why? You speaking? Other people have so much better to say, so much better things. Like, they make so much more sense and they're so much more knowledgeable and all the things and they're so funny and they're so talented and they're so creative and oh my god, you're just like boo-hooing on the internet and you think it's so cute and so campy because like you've got this garbage gal brand persona vibe that you find to be artistic. But everybody's just like, okay. You know, like, I feel, you know, that's how I feel. That's the shame speaking. That's the fear. That's the what I'm projecting onto myself through other people, whether or not they've actually given me that reaction or not. And I know that it's just a projection from my own insecurities. Because people aren't really saying that, but maybe they are. And even if they are, it's okay. Because that's just a projection of their own insecurities. But anyways, other things about myself that I find interesting. I am my own special interest, I guess you could say. When I say I'm not that deep, I'm not that profound, I'm not that smart, you know, that's real. And it's like, it's not putting me down, it's making me approachable. It's not putting me down, it's identifying the space I hold. So try to flow with me here real quick. Like, all right. So again, I like to see the interconnectedness of things and find meaning in it and be the artist that creates the art out of the materials in my life. I have mixed connective tissue disease. It's an autoimmune disease I frankly don't know much about because I was diagnosed when I was like 12 and then I forget about it. And yeah, it wrecks my life, but I fucking ignore it. And that's not good. Well, why I mention that is because mixed connective tissue disease. Connective tissues connect spaces, one space to another. It's the in between. It's the gray area. It's the ether, if you will. Just fucking go with me, right? I have had a problem with these connections. Physically, autoimmunely. There's these, I have mixed connective tissue disease. There is some sort of disconnection, dis-ease in the connective tissues, in my ability to connect the tissues correctly. You know what I mean? At the same time, like, that's what I have to heal. That's what I am. That is also like my power, if that makes sense. Because, you know, like, that's the focus. That's what I heal, and that's what I become, right? Other areas where I feel that space in between-ness is the color gray, the fact that's my favorite color. I have this whole thing with gray, and how I feel like I'm a gray witch, like whatever the fuck that means. But like, because I see all the sides and I love the fucking integration of it both. And I'm not really a balanced bitch. I'm a chaotic mess and swarm of it all, bitch. Like, I'm a what connects the two. I am an integrator. I'm a come together. I'm a space holder. Another area, I'm a loner but a social butterfly. Like, I go between the different cliques and the different parties and the different places. That's something that's funny that they say about artists as well, that we're the most dangerous because we interact with all levels of society. I'm that way as well. Like, I'm just that connective tissue. You see what I'm saying? I'm that connective tissue, and yet that's the thing that's broken within me. You see how, like, what the witches say, as above, so below, as above, so below, as within, so without, where, you know? So when I say I'm not that smart, I'm not that smart, and that's okay. I'm glue. I'm the connectors, baby. I get from the smarts to the dumb. I'm there, in between it all. And then the other thing that's really funny about that whole situation and that tension and that struggle is this desire within me that I've always known, that I want to be extraordinary. I want to be extraordinary. And then I have had this belief that in order to be extraordinary, you have to be on one or the other extreme. There's no in-between extraordinariness. Right? If I want to live an extraordinary life, what I consider to be not ordinary are what are on either sides of the extreme. One side is living extremely well, fucking billionaire, becoming a billionaire. The other side is not making anything, living in the fucking forest, completely self-sustainable, not having a damn thing to do with money, and living extraordinarily like that. Two sides of the different extremes. And I have always rejected this middle space. Have always been like, ew, like, I want to be extraordinary. I want to be either extremely fucking rich or reject it altogether. Meanwhile, my favorite color is gray, and I'm a mix, and I am about that in-between space. I am that in-between space, yet I don't like that. There's a part of me that shames and doesn't like that, and is like, ew, gross. Like, pick a side, bitch. Like, why you gotta do all that? Why you gotta be all that? Why you gotta be that much? Why you gotta do that much? Thinking that's extraordinary. There's extraordinary in nothing. You know, I don't know. Extraordinary. It just doesn't have to be defined in the way that I had been defining it before. here's something. My ex. When we were first talking, but like when we had like first kind of gotten together, we just, we share about our lives and everything that's gone on and whatnot. And I expressed this want to live extraordinary, want to be extraordinary. And he was like, and I told him about all my life and blah, 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 and, I'm saying, like, how I haven't done it yet. I want to get there, blah, 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 blah. And he's, like, listening to my life, and he's like, haven't you already lived an extraordinary life? Like, and that took me aback, obviously, because I have. And it hasn't been on either side of those two extremes. It's been extraordinary, all within that middle space. I have lived in an extraordinary life. I am living an extraordinary life. I just had been looking at it wrong, looking at it from a black and white perspective when I'm a gray ass bitch. So, okay. So now, here I am. I have to do this assignment on what my career goals are, what I want to be when I grow up. 33 years old, already grown. Pretty much. I'll say this now because I'm getting sensitive, so before it like overtakes me, is the fact that like I've been noticing that this is every time I go on a tangent, I can't help but to go on the tangent. But all right, so I've been noticing how, like, examples of how things are changing, examples of how things are shifting. I have noticed how I am expecting the worst. I tend to, sometimes recently I've noticed that I expect bad outcomes and I get positive ones. Like, I expect the worst based on past dynamics and scenarios and stories. But it's the future now. Things have shifted, things are different. Those ingredients don't necessarily add up to the same result as they did in the past, and they're not right now. Things have been surprising me. Things have been like shocking me little here and there. And one of the things that, has been surprising me a lot lately is my mom. And This is very dangerous, tricky kind of relationship. But things perhaps are changing because I keep wanting to protect myself, and I should be protecting myself, and I've got to keep, I don't know. We don't need to dissect it. I just wanted to put it there, that because I have noticed that things have been a lot softer, and I know old paradigm ingredients as to why that is, but it still feels unstable. But I also chuck that away right now. We don't need to think about it right now. All I'm saying is things have been going my way unexpectedly. And so fabulous for me, great news. I love to see that. That's proof that noticing those little areas that you might see or think of as like coincidence or not take anything of, like reading a little too deep into it sometimes, it helps you stay in the mind frame and the path that you want to be in. Just kind of believing that, okay, yeah, this is proof good things are happening. This is proof good things are happening. This is proof good things are happening. So anyways, what I was saying, I have to write this paper. I have to do this work, and it's very interesting because I am done with school in a month and a half. There will be no more school in a month and a half. And my time will be free. And I need to fucking know what my career goals are. I need to fucking know what my next steps are. I need to fucking know what's going on. And what's interesting, what I was saying earlier, is that it's very interesting that I came in when I came in to where this is the module that we're in now 2 months before I leave. Because if I'd come in earlier, it would have been the module at the beginning. And it wouldn't be as helpful to me. Because by the time I would have gotten out, it would have been a whole nother fucking story. So it's good that it's happening in this order. Very interesting for me. I love that. I love how that's divinely timed out. And I do need to do this work. And I do need to figure out what it is that I fucking want. Because that is a consistent thing with me, that I kind of want it all. Not all of it. There's things that I don't want. Definite things and experiences and things that I do not want. But I am so practiced and used to seeing other possibilities. My brain loves to imagine so many fucking possibilities that I give myself too much to consider. I completely overload myself with options that aren't even real options yet. Because I've thought way too fucking far ahead. And I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to align on. And I don't know where to go. And I never know what it is that I want. I know generally, we're like, generally, just like very messily, like the blob that ate everything, just kind of towards a better future. But like, it'd be nice to have a bit of like precision. And so, yeah. I don't have a good, solid idea of what the next step and what the next evolution and what the goals are, because I want it all, and I want to find a way to move in every direction at once. And I recognize that it's possible, but what it requires is like so much like no resistance. Like, in order for me to soak up everything in all directions, in order for me to expand in all directions, to bloom in all directions, I can't have any resistance in any area. I can't have any friction. I've got to go slow because it's all going at the same time. It's all, you know, my work has got to be in the ability to just receive that all. And just to let it soak in without resistance, without, you know, without, yeah, putting stops and putting sandbags out, you know. And I know that that's nervous system regulation work that needs to happen. I know that that's capacity that needs to be built in order to actually be able to feel safe and comfortable in that level of expansion. And I can say that I think I have been doing much better when it comes to allowing for less friction and yeah. However, well, no, give myself my flowers. Like, yeah, I have been I haven't been freaking out as much, even though I still be freaking out a lot. I do just notice how, you know, definitely things that would have sent me in a tailspin, would have had my cortisol spiked way high, would have really like thrown me for a loop. Like, I can chill through a lot easier now. Things that are sending people to the fucking hospital. I mean, not really, but like things that are like really affecting people. Damn. I am just like chilling through. At the same time, I'm never chilling. I don't know, girl. I need to get to work. I'm teasing things out. I think I'm past the point of giving a fuck anymore. All right. I gotta try to figure out what it is that I want to do with my life. I gotta try to figure out what is the next direction to go that I actually want to go. So, yeah, let's try to figure it out. Bye.